Hi friends. So the other day a friend of mine sent me a message from a little Facebook page I've been running for years called Frugal Friends, and to be honest, I tried to close it out and Facebook wouldn't let me. I was just trying to stream life and minimize my life a little bit more, but Frugal Friends stayed up. I also had one called the Resourceful Life that I was using, and at any rate, there was this challenge that we did back in 2018 or 2019, I believe in October, pre-pandemic, which was the Eat at Home challenge. And my friend said, oh, I wish we would do this again. And I thought, you know what? I want to do that again. And October is a really good month for me because it's so beautiful outside. We can be outside, we can picnic and things like that. And I do a lot of hiking in October. So I wanted to share some ideas about it. And if you'd like to join us through the end of the month, do that. And if you're worried that you can't do it because you have plans to eat out or you know you're going to be doing some eating out, hold up, don't give up yet. Let me just tell you a few things. So you don't have to, you can make your own rules. You don't have to be rigid. I have travel and I have some pre-planned things. I have a lunch date with my husband planned around eating. Our little county fairground has a craft fair every year, and the ladies at the Extension Homemakers Division make beans and cornbread that is to die for. So we will be going to do that. I'll probably eat out one time with my son if he asks to go out, just because I am vegan and he is not, and it's just easier for us to go out together. And I have a plan to be in Denver or thereabouts with my other son and his family, and I always treat them. We always go out to eat a couple of times on me, and I promised my grandchildren that I would take them for sushi. Yes, my grandchildren love sushi. And they've been dying to show me the sushi restaurant. So I like to treat them when we go out. But other than that, there are 31 days in the month of October. Today is the 4th. I have already been doing this for a couple of days. So if you just want to join us for the next 3.5 weeks, again, don't be super rigid, but here are some ideas to help you plan meals at home. So what I did was I have been trying to watch my grocery budget. So I just went through what we had and I looked and I broke it up into breakfast, lunches, or meals and snacks. And so for what we already have, without me going to the grocery store, and I am planning a grocery store trip, but we have oat bran or oatmeal for breakfast, cereal, we have some leftover cereal, some English muffins. This is also a great way to clean out your pantry. We have hash browns and we have some veggies. I like to sometimes cook some veggies with some hash browns. And we have avocado, guacamole, and toast. We could have leftovers for lunch every day, but we have veggie burgers, lentil shepherd's pie, ingredients for these things: vegetable soup and cornbread, brown beans and greens and cornbread, and chow chow and ramen. And today I'll just go ahead and tell you and show you what I have for lunch. So my leftovers are this. It's called vegan goulash, but it's basically like a vegan hamburger helper that I made with brown rice, pasta, roasted peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms, garlic, onion, basil, bay leaf, thyme. All of those things. I'm going to heat this up, throw a little bit of nutritional yeast on it. I am gluten-free, but for some reason, homemade sourdough does not bother me. It doesn't bother my joints. And there are some studies that back that up. So I have this whole grain sourdough bread from a local bakery. I'm going to make a piece of garlic bread with that. And then I'm going to put nutritional yeast on top of the goulash. So for snacks, I looked and we have stuff for smoothies. We have some rice cakes. We have some PB2 or regular nut butter for my husband. I have some apples that look a little less than beautiful that I wanted to cut up and bake. We have some chickpea cookie ingredients, which I like to make those. If you're not familiar, the chickpeas are, you just blend them up in a food processor with some nut butter and other ingredients. I'm sorry, I don't have it on hand. And we have some low-fat popcorn. So I try to stay whole food, plant-based, low-fat. So today I went to yoga this morning. I went to the gym, and I knew I wouldn't be getting home till 1. So I ate my oat bran with my banana and some chia seeds, and then I put an apple. I had some leftover Lara bars from our Airbnb, which those are vegan and they're minimally processed. They have few ingredients. I don't really love them, but in a pinch, it was better than eating out. And I packed my water in this. Actually, I made homemade electrolytes. Another way to save money is to take water. Filtered water is what I use from Abrita. Actually, I have the Walmart brand. Iodized sea salt, a little maple syrup, and a little bit of citrus juice was a great natural electrolyte. I did add a little bit of Truvia to it. That was really good, and it held me over until I got home. Then the other thing I would add is plan. So you want to pre-plan when you go out so you don't get hungry and you're tempted to eat out. And if you do, just get back on track. Like, don't give up because you have one slip up, okay? Because sometimes we get busy and we have a bad day and we forget, right? It actually happened to me yesterday. I forgot to pack a drink, and I did drive through and get a drink. And I was picking my son up something to eat. He asked me to pick him up something to eat. So I just was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to stay on track. So tonight, I will come home and make dinner, but I have a meeting tonight. So I have a plan to make veggie burgers for dinner, something really easy. That's another thing. Keep easy things in your fridge to make, things that you can make in a pinch, things that don't require a lot. So last time I did this, I went ahead and got my husband some of those Amy's frozen burritos because he likes those and they're super easy. I'm going to pick up some gluten-free tortillas for myself with some refried beans, and I'll get lettuce, tomato, onion, and salsa, and that way I can make tostadas really easy. That's a really quick meal, but keeping things that are easy, grab and go so you're not tempted. My husband doesn't even know I'm doing this, so he'll be none the wiser. He actually doesn't eat out that much anyway. He's one of those people that just doesn't eat until he gets home. So the other thing is making sure that you have all your stuff handy. So you have your lunch box handy, your lunch bag, you have cold packs, you have cloth napkins. Just use regular silverware and wash it. Make sure you have a water bottle, something that can do hot and cold liquids, and then a thermos is highly recommended. I have a hydro flask that's like a fancy thermos that I got years ago at a yoga studio. I think I paid $48 for it. Very expensive, very big. Holds enough water for a whole day, and it will keep it cold. If I put something hot in there, it will keep it hot all day. That thing is amazing. I also, years ago, there was a special, and my husband got me one of those fancy tumblers that's hot or cold. It's not the Stanley. It's the other brand that was so popular for a while. I don't even know. But I can put hot in that, it'll stay hot. I can put cold in that and it'll stay cold. So just make sure that you have all of those things handy where you know you can get to them. And when you leave, don't try to get fancy and make I mean, it's great if you want to make fancy sandwiches and do all of that. But like if you look around and you're like, I have a banana, I have an apple, I have an orange. Okay, what else? I've got some nuts. Just throw those things in your bag if you're going out of the house, and make sure you have plenty of fluids to drink. That way, when you're out, you know you've got something to hold you over. If you have kids or other family members with you, throw enough in there for them. It's a great way to stop expensive habits. So even though my husband and I are financially very comfortable and we can afford to eat out, I don't like to waste money. And I know that since the pandemic has slowed down, of course it's kicking it back up now with the illness and stuff, it's also a good time to not eat out. There's a lot of viruses and stuff going around right now, different things. But I gained 5 pounds as of late just because our life got super busy, and around June 14th we had a really bad storm, and with our construction business we've been eating out more. We've been driving through and getting smoothies. I do the Detox Island Green at Tropical Smoothie. We don't have any other like healthy smoothie places. It's only 180 calories, but I got to where I was doing that a couple times a week. It's still added calories that they don't hold me over. And sometimes we would do that when we were working instead of a meal. So trying to break some of those things. I know it's just that little bit of extra calories every day has increased my weight. And so I'm trying really hard. I think this no eating out challenge is going to be great. Even if there are some days it will still limit it greatly. And if you're eating an extra 100 to 200 calories a day, it's really easy. It's a few extra things on your plate, or a meal out can be, I added up one day, the meal I had was $700 calories, And I thought about if I made that meal at home, it would only be, it was a vegetable plate, it would only be about 300 calories because of all the oil and butter. Oil is like 120 to 140 calories a tablespoon, and it is not uncommon if you look at dressings. Like there's a new salad place in town and they look lovely. The salads are beautiful, but I looked and I was like, I don't know what I would eat. Everything had ham and cheese, and the salad dressings are full of oil and fat, and those salads can get to be where they're 11, 12, 1500 calories for one salad. And for me, I'm not a very big person. I don't really need more than 15 to 1700 calories a day, and it's really easy to eat that in one meal. So for the rest of the month, I would love it if you guys would share what you're gonna do or what you do already to save money, packing food, easy meals, ideas that you have. One of my biggest challenges is me being vegan or whole food plant-based, and my family, my husband is 90%. But my rest of my family is not. So it's so much easier for me just to meet them at a restaurant. And I like to treat my family because my kids, they don't have a lot of money and we're better off at this point in life. And so I want to treat them because I was a single mom for a long time and I couldn't. And I enjoy doing that, but it's gotten a little out of control. All right, I look forward to hearing what you're doing. I look forward to hearing if you want to join us. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Bye-bye.